Today we are going to be making pig's ear terrine. Yes, that's what I said, a pig's ear terrine. And some of our ingredients are here. I have 3 cups of water in which I've added some chicken base. I have 2 teaspoons of salt. I have a tablespoon of sugar. I have a half a cup of rice cooking wine. I have 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, an onion sliced up, 6 to 7 whole garlic cloves, 1 star anise, some ginger sliced up, and I'm going to put that in a sachet, tie it up with the cord, and we're going to pressure cook this baby and see what we get. I'll be back in a second. Here I have my pig ears, which have been washed, scrubbed. You got to be very careful and get down in that little pit down in there and get all that grub and scrub it out of there. This is about 2 pounds of pig ears. And I'm going to add those to the pressure cooker. In addition, I'm going to add my other ingredients, which we saw on my ingredient list, and that includes the 3 cups of chicken broth, a half a cup of rice wine vinegar, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 2 teaspoons full of salt, 1 tablespoon of sugar. Then I have my sachet, which contains my 6 to 7 cloves of garlic, some sliced ginger, and that's about an inch and a half nub of ginger, and 1 star anise. And I'm going to put this underneath so that it can blend it with all the broth and all that and make a nice juicy juice. I also have my onions, which are sliced. Now these onions can either be put in slice in here, or you can have a bigger bouquet garni and put them in that. We're going to strain it in the end anyway, so I'll just do it this way. When we come back, we'll get this pressure cooker started, and we'll be on with making our pig's ear for pig's ear terrine. Woohoo! The pressure cooker is set, and I put it on the soup stew setting, the well mode, which gives me 1 hour of cook time. And I'm going to let this do the pressure thing. I have my pressure valve set so that we can get to going on this. And we'll be back in about an hour when we see what we got. Sylvie Curry, Lady of Q, we are in my kitchen cooking pig's ear terrine. The pig ears are out of the pressure cooker. They were in there for an hour. So I'm going to put them aside, and then I'm going to take the juice that's in the pressure cooker, strain it out, and then I'm going to take it and reduce it, and then we'll go on with the second process in making our pig ear terrine. This is the liquid from pressure cooking the pig's ears. This liquid should have a lot of collagen in it, so that it should, when cooled, form a nice gelatin to make this terrine. Let's go strain it and reduce it. There's probably about maybe about 3 cups. I didn't measure, but I'm estimating there's about 3 cups of liquid, and I'm going to reduce it down to 2 cups. I have prepared the terrines, so I'm using a meatloaf pan, which I put some saran type wrap in, and then I have a couple of bricks, which I covered in foil, and once I put the pig's ears and the liquid in, I'm going to use it as a weight to hold down so that my terrine forms nice and firm. I'm going to cut the pig's ears into pieces which will better fit the terrine and make for a nice process here. I've added, I guess, a little more than half of the pig's ears to the loaf pan. And I guess I was a little overzealous in thinking that I had enough to fill 2 loaf pans. 3 pig's ears will only do 1. My liquid is almost finished reducing, and I'm going to go and measure it, and then we'll finish this process and see what we got. If you like some of the things that I'm doing here, the things that I cook, my adventures in the kitchen, why don't you give me a subscribe? Just hit that button, click on like, leave me a comment, tell me a little bit about what you like about the videos, what you'd like to see more of, and maybe we can get some of that going on in the future. An indication that my reduction is almost there is that I have a lot of little bubbles in there. So I think we're probably almost good to go. We've reduced quite a bit, and I'm ready to pull this so it can cool down a little bit so we can add it to our pan. I've reduced the liquid, and we've got about 1 cup here. And it's cooled down enough where I think I can add it to the terrine. So I'm going to pour a little bit here. Put that in there. Then I'm going to add, they're starting to stick, my. I'm going to add some of the remainder of my pig ears to the terrine. Actually, I've got some large pieces here. I'll put those in first. Put a little bit more of my liquid in. Trying to make sure that liquid goes in to all those little crevices in there. Then I'll finish with the remaining pieces that I have here. Got that pretty packed in there. And I'll try to smooth it out. where I can get this plastic wrap covering it. On all sides. Then we're going to allow this to cool and sit in the refrigerator overnight with the weight on top of it. And the weight helps to keep the liquid down in there and to get into all the little crevices so that when we do go to slice our terrine, we have nice pretty slices. Pig's ear terrine. Tomorrow, after it's been in the refrigerator overnight and has had a chance to congeal, I'll slice it up and I'll give you some ideas of how to serve this. Hey there peeps, this is Sylvie Curry, Lady of Q, and I'm in my kitchen. Today I'm going to finish up the preparation of what we started yesterday, which was a pig ear terrine. Yes, a pig ear terrine. And what that is a served in a loaf pan. I took pig ears, I put them in the pressure cooker. I cooked them in the pressure cooker for about 1 hour to get them nice and tender. I had all sorts of little juices in there, which I reduced. Those juices contain a lot of collagen. And so when that chills or is chilled, and you put it in the terrine with the pig ears, you get a gelatin type loaf, which is sliceable. Similar to, and I'll say the word, similar to slices of, say, hog head cheese or something like that. Now, don't frown upon it. Please don't frown. A lot of you would say, ugh, I would never eat pig ears. Hey, let me enlighten you. If you've ever eaten something like processed meat such as bologna or even hot dogs, you probably got some pig ears in there and just didn't know it. Because you know that they use everything from the toot to the snoot. So therefore, all those little pieces that you thought were like thrown away or whatever it is, hey, they're in there. Pig ear terrine. I'm going to unveil this baby and we'll see what we got. Okay, we have our terrine. And what this is a pan that's typically used to make, well, I use it to make meatloaf. You can also use it to make pound cakes. And I put a brick over it as a weight. And the purpose of that brick was to make sure that my pig ears in their solution were weighted down and any air bubbles came to the top, and it came to keep it nice and solid. Now I'm gonna try to open up this baby and see what we got. This is my pig ear terrine. Looks very nice so far. I'm going to slice it up and see what we have. This can be sliced into thin slices, served on a platter with your favorite type of sauce, typically some type of mustard. Could be Dijon, could be yellow, could be brown mustard, could be some spicy mustard or whatever. That's typically what it's served with. And you can serve it with, say, crackers or some type of toast bits. And you've got a nice little appetizer to serve. One of my big suggestions is that I have a great suggestion. Typically on New Year's Eve, where someone's always going to be making the chitterlings, or chitlins, somebody's always going to be making the pig's feet, the black-eyed peas with a ham hock, that type of thing, and you want to bring your selection. Hey, why not a pig ear terrine to be used as an appetizer, sliced and served to the guests? Sounds like a good thing to me. Once again, this is Sylvie Curry, Lady of Q, and I'm coming to you with a pig ear terrine. And now for the bite. How does it taste? Those seasonings we used to pressure cook it, which included the star anise, garlic, ginger, some soy sauce, some rice wine vinegar, they all come through. It's very, very tasty. Very, very tasty. Now there's some crunch because the cartilage in the pig ear doesn't always get super soft, but it's actually very, very good. Loving it. Served on some crackers or on some crusty bread wedges or something like that. That's, oh, very good, very good. Highly recommend it. Sylvie Curry, Lady of Q, and we're in my kitchen with pig's ear terrine. Come back now, y'all, okay?